This is Wild About Utah.
I just returned from southern Indiana, another land of Lincoln, where I visited a beautiful monument featuring Abraham Lincoln's early life on a farm carved from the Indiana wilderness. In 1818, Abe's angel mother, as he described her, suffered a violent death called milk sickness. Further reading on the interpretive sign told how a plant called white snakeroot had a toxin which was transferred to the milk and meat when ingested by livestock. Of course, we have our toxic plants here in Utah as well. One that is reported to have caused death in humans and livestock is the foothill death camas, one of a few extremely toxic plants found in our area and a very common early spring plant throughout much of Utah's foothills. Death camas plants include several species of Zigadenus. At least 15 species are native to North America and grow in all kinds of habitats, moist mountain valleys, dry hills, forest, grassland, and even coastal and marsh areas. There may be some variation in toxicity level from one species to the next, but all should be considered dangerous. I became aware of this beautiful member of the lily family when one of my more adventuresome students shared his story. As a 10-year-old, he decided to experiment by eating some of the foothill death camas. Soon after, he was rushed to the ER to have his stomach pumped. He reported there was no further experimentation. Symptoms of poisoning by death camas include vomiting and excessive salivation, tremors, weakness, loss of control over body movements, convulsions, and coma. Ultimately, an animal that has eaten too much will die. A half pound consumed can be fatal to livestock. It is possible to mistake death camas for the edible blue camas lily, sago lily, and wild onions, all of which were an early staple of Native Americans and pioneers. More recently, some unfortunate railroad workers died shortly after eating the bulbs. 8 adults ingested foothill death camas bulbs in Juab County, Utah, believing them to be non-toxic wild bulbs. All who ingested the bulbs became ill, and 3 of them required admission for medical treatment. The probable fatal dose extrapolated from animal data ranges from less than 1/10 pound, that is 4 to 5 bulbs, for a young child, to a pound for an adult. Other parts of the plant, such as nectar and seeds, are also highly toxic. Atropine and dopamine are treatments. Poisoned individuals become relatively asymptomatic within 24 hours of their ingestion. No long-term symptoms have been reported. As with most toxic plants, they have medicinal properties as well. The death camas root can reduce swelling in knees and leg aches. Use with caution. This is Jack Green for Bridgerland Audubon Society, and I'm wild about Utah and its poisonous plants.